Hello and welcome to English with Jimmy. Today's subject is pronouns. That's what we're going to talk about. Pronouns. The word pronouns is simply like a replacement to the noun. We mentioned before in the part of a sentence, okay, video, that part of a sentence is a noun and an adjective and a verb and an adverb and a pronoun and a preposition and conjunction and so on and so on. So part of a sentence is a pronoun. A pronoun is a replacement to the noun, okay, a replacement to the noun. So instead of saying John and John is driving the car, John is eating, John is going, John is coming, we can say he or his car and so on, okay? He's driving the car himself. All these different pronouns we're going to talk about, but we're going to talk about all the types of pronouns, okay? In depth a little bit, okay? We have possessive pronouns, subject pronouns, indefinite pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, reflexive pronouns, intensive pronouns, relative pronouns, and interrogative pronouns. I know that might sound a lot, so we'll take it easy and you'll find that's really, it's a piece of cake. We'll just take them one by one. Don't get like surprised a little bit, okay, by the complicated words that start before them. They're all very simple, okay? So here we start with the possessive pronouns, okay? Possessive pronouns is something you possess. It's yours, okay? Yes, it's mine. It's his or hers, okay? So that's all we got there, okay? They're all just ownership, okay? This is, example, my car, and that is her car, okay? That's if it is, we're talking about a subject, okay? Or this car is mine, okay? And that car is hers, all possessive adjective and possessive pronoun. So it's very, very easy, okay? Possessive pronouns, my, mine, our, ours, its, his, okay? His, her, hers, their, theirs, okay? And you, yours, okay? So my possessive adjective, my car, okay? And mine is a possessive pronoun. That's it, really, to it, okay? So possessive pronouns, very simple. You can see the example and it's clear, okay? We'll move on to something else. Subject pronoun, okay? Subject pronoun, okay? So we have in every sentence, we have a subject and a verb and an object, all right? So you see the example. He is the boss, talk to him, okay? She is responsible, ask her, okay? He is a subject pronoun, and like here, and here in the sentence, and him is object pronoun, okay? Object, subject and object pronoun. There we can see here, subject pronoun. There's nothing to it really. So just all you have to remember is that are, you, he, she, the subject, okay? And me, him, her, us, and them, this is object, okay? And that's it. That's all to it. Subject pronoun. We'll move on. Indefinite pronoun, okay? Not definite. It's not defined, okay? And does not refer to any specific person or thing or amount. Example quickly, just to clear all up, okay? All, another, any, few, many, none, one, several, some, anybody, everybody, somebody, nobody, Each one, anyone, everyone, no one. Okay. Oh, here is a repeat. We got somebody being repeated here, so we'll just okay, get rid of it. Something. Okay. Anything, everything. Okay. Someone. Yes. That's it. As we said, indefinite. So there's nothing specific. Okay. Everything, something, nothing. Okay. Each, either, neither. Yeah, don't be surprised. Yes, each and either and neither. Okay, because here we're talking about pronoun of doesn't refer to any specific person. These are just some indefinite pronouns. Okay, we'll move on. Demonstrative pronouns. Like this, that, these, and those. Example, this is an apple, that is an orange, and these are peaches, and those are nectarines. Very simple. Demonstrative, okay? Pronouns. Moving on. Reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns reflect to the person, okay? Myself, himself, herself, ourselves, themselves. Okay, example, he drove the car to the garage by himself. Okay, he, himself. Reflexive, he reflects on himself. Okay, so that's reflexive pronouns. We're moving on to, yes, intensive pronoun. Yes. Intensive pronoun is identical to reflexive pronoun. It's just you assert the sentence a little bit, okay? The example will make it much clearer, all right? Rather than just trying to explain. So example is clear. Okay, Robert knew that only he himself can solve the problem. He himself. Two pronouns, okay? That is intensive pronoun, okay? Patricia knew that she herself had to cook for the banquet, okay? She herself. If only she put her mind to it. Her mind and she, okay? Another two pronouns here, as you can see, okay? So that's assertive. That's what we call intensive pronoun, okay? You yourself can easily transform your body by exercising or going to the gym or whatever. You yourself. Again, two pronouns assertive. That's what we call intensive pronoun, okay? Here is a quick comparison between reflexive and intensive pronouns, guys, okay? Example will make it clear, all right? So reflexive pronouns back on the subject of the sentence, while intensive pronouns adds emphasis or intensity to a noun. So see the example. For reflexive, Sarah decided to treat herself to a chocolate fudge. Treat herself. That's just reflexive. Reflects on herself. While intensive, the detective himself was the culprit. So here, someone who's supposed to be investigating something, he was himself the criminal. That says intensive. Okay, intensive pronoun. We'll move on to relative pronoun. Okay, relative pronoun and interrogative pronoun. I think we'll start with the we'll start with the interrogative first. Okay, pronoun. Interrogative pronoun is easy because it's just asking a question, really. Okay, here's examples. Okay, like we got when, where, why, what, which, who, whom. Okay, and how and whose. All right. Who and whom, some people asking some questions about them, when to use which one. So we'll just explain that quickly and then come back again to the interrogative pronouns. Who versus whom. In a normal sentence, we have a subject, a verb, and an object, okay? Steve is talking to Sandra, okay? Steve is talking to Sandra. Steve is a subject. Is talking is a continuous, present continuous. That's a verb. And then to preposition, and then Sandra is the object. That is the sentence, okay? Structured sentence. Now, to see the difference between who and whom, okay? Who is talking to Sandra? It's Steve. We're talking about the subject, so we used who, okay? Now, if you're talking about the object, Steve is talking to whom, okay? That is the object. So who is used to talk about a subject, while whom is used to talk about the object, okay? So don't forget, that is the difference between who and whom, okay? Now we're back to interrogative pronouns. As I said, they are very easy because it's just questions. And here an example. When will you visit your mom? Okay, mums, so not mums, it's mum. Sorry, that needs correction. Okay. Where do you live? All questions, okay? Why haven't you started studying? Okay, what kind of music do you want to dance to? Which car would make you happier? Okay, who finished this meal today? Whom did you invite? Okay, we're talking about an object. Okay, did you invite to the party? Okay, to the party tomorrow. Okay, how did he do it? And whose car is this for ownership? All right, these are all examples for interrogative pronouns. Sometimes we get compound interrogative pronouns when we add the word ever, okay? So like whoever, okay? Whenever, wherever, whatever. Okay, these are compound interrogative pronouns, okay? Ever works with all of them, with exception of why. You don't say why ever, okay? You can say however, whomever, whoever, okay, who's ever, okay, but you can't say why ever, all right? Examples, as you can see, you can leave whenever you like, okay? You can travel wherever you like. No, here we don't have why ever, so we just left it, okay? You can say whatever you want, okay? Take whichever car you like, okay? Whoever won the match gets a cup. That's here we're talking about the subject, as I said, okay? Talking about an object, you can tell whomever you wish, talking about the object here, okay? Raining, sleeting, okay? However, he's still traveling. That's however, here's an adverb, but just to show it as an example. However, okay. By the way, oh yes, sleeting. Oh yes, sleeting means raining and snowing at the same time. Okay, raining and snowing at the same time. So these are just like some examples of the compound interrogative and the interrogative pronouns. Okay. Now, if we go back to relative pronouns, okay, we can say that relative pronoun, okay, or pronouns are is used to refer to nouns, okay, whether they are people, okay, people, persons, places as a noun, okay, you can say London or Birmingham or Lancaster or New York or whatever, okay, Liverpool, things, any kind of things, okay, a table, a desk, a computer, a mobile, animals, all right, animals, or ideas like peace or love or hope or whatever. So we use the relative pronoun to refer to these things, okay? And there are not a lot of relative pronouns, but like who and that and whoever and which and whose and when and where and whomever and who, okay? These are the relative pronouns that we use. And we can say that who refers to people, okay? Who. Which refers to animals, objects, or ideas, okay? Whose refer to possession, yes, like whose car is this, okay? Whose wallet is this? Whose bag is this, okay? That refers to people again, okay, or animals or objects, okay? So that is like who. Where refers to places, and when refers to time, all right? So these are like we'll get some examples now, guys. we said relative pronouns different from interrogative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns, you ask a direct question, but relative pronouns refer to a noun. So the driver who won the race is my friend. So you're referring to the driver who, okay? The shirt that I bought today are stained, okay? You're referring to the shirt that. The boss is whoever the committee select, whoever. Okay, you're referring to the boss. The pasta which we ate is my favorite meal. You're referring to the pasta and which was which. Okay, the man whose car was damaged is very upset. So we're referring to the man, the owner of the car. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So here we have when, okay, about time, okay, for also pronoun. Or we can say the store, okay, where we shop closed down. That's where we're using where, okay. The recommendation letter was addressed to whomever it may concern, to whomever it may concern, okay? That's whomever. Again, the man to whom I lent my bicycle, okay, referring to that man, hasn't returned it yet. He hasn't returned the bicycle. And excuse me, I didn't understand what you said. Here is what is being used to, okay, referring to the word that I said. I'd like to know why you didn't pay your monthly rent, okay? Why? We're talking about the rent, so why is referring to the rent? It's not a question, okay? He wanted to know how to repair the car. How here is being used as a to refer to the repairing, okay? Repair here is described as a noun, not or as an infinite. It could be infinite verb actually, but we'll just pass it for now as a reference to how. We'll talk a little bit about how just before we finish, but here I'm just adding it as an example. We can't say really that how is a relative pronoun, okay? It could be an adverb, it could be something to ask a question, okay, but not really a relative pronoun. But I've just added it as an example. But here, what we got here, to and repair is an infinite because to plus a verb. You got it, guys? Okay, right. That is, okay. So relative pronouns doesn't ask a direct question. It just refers to people or places or things or animals or ideas as we talked about, okay? Interrogative pronouns or compound interrogative, whenever, whatever, okay, or when and what and so on, they ask direct questions, okay, are used for questioning. Now, let's see some comparison. I think it might help a little bit to show comparison. Okay, interrogative pronoun is a pronoun used in a question. We ask a question. Relative pronouns, okay, connect a closer phrase to a noun or a pronoun, and okay, the most common ones we talked about this. That was mentioned. Okay, you know about it. Interrogative pronoun are used to ask a question that's been repeated. We said it before. Okay, so we'll delete that. So as we said, the relative pronouns are used to introduce or describe information about the noun, okay? Or sometimes they use as conjunction. Here a point that we need to notice, okay? When interrogative pronouns like when, what, and okay, like asking a question, appear in a sentence that are not questions, if they appear as in a sentence that is not a question, you're not asking a direct question, okay? They are no longer interrogative, okay? You're not asking, they lose their identity, so they're not an interrogative anymore, okay? They become relative, okay? So relative is just mention information about a noun, as we said before. So here we can say, for example, that what if it appears in a sentence and it doesn't is not used as a question, we replace it sometimes with that. Okay, we replace what with that. Sometimes we use what, okay, to talk about it in certain sentence, okay, to relate information. But if we can't use what and it appears to be a question, we use that. Here we back to that example that we said, excuse me, I didn't understand what you said. Here, what? It's not a question, guys, okay? What is asking about word that was, it's not asking actually, it's describing word that was said by someone. So, excuse me, I didn't understand what you said. It's not a question here, okay? So here is what is used as a relative pronoun, not as interrogative, okay? So we don't need to use that, okay? That's just an example for how what, okay? Like why, okay? I'd like to know why you did not pay your monthly rent. Okay, again, all right, I would like to know why. I'd like to know the reason, but it's not a direct question, okay? So here it's a relative. So what and why here are used as relative pronouns, okay? In interrogative, when it's connected to a question, we can say it's example for that is like what cake? That's just a direct question. What cake? But in relative, it's connected. It's like okay, you can say which cake. Okay, here which cake is a relative. You're asking about the subject. While okay, what cake you want to know? There is a cake or there isn't a cake. Some people say okay. While in relative, you say which cake because which cake if you got lots of cakes and you're gonna pick one. While what cake if you don't know if there is a cake or not. I don't know if that example is clear enough, but we'll try. Well, I think more examples might make it a little bit clearer. Okay. Who likes ice cream? That's a direct question. Who likes ice cream? That is a direct question. Yeah, that example is a good one. Okay. In that's interrogative, a pronoun interrogative here, but relative with the boy who likes ice cream is her son. That is, you can see, we're talking about the boy who likes ice cream. So here, that's a relative pronoun. So that's a clear difference between interrogative pronoun and a relative. Another example, okay, which team won? You're asking direct question, which team won, okay? If you're talking in relative pronoun, you say the team, okay, which has good players usually wins, okay? So here you're talking about the team. You are not asking a direct question, okay? Another one for object, okay? To whom should I write the letter? The direct question. If it's relative, the man to whom she wrote the letter had long gone, okay? Left or died, okay? So here it's interrogative and here it's relative. I hope it's clear now, this example. So a direct question is different from mentioning some information about the subject to make it a relative, okay? Another example is that your brother, okay, brother, all right. And I have never been to a stadium that is sold out. That's describing the stadium. All the tickets are sold out. Here is that, and here is that. That interrogative, and here is that relative pronoun. Interrogative pronoun, relative pronoun. Okay. Here, okay, interrogative. I don't think it's relative. It could be how is here is like how old are you? That's an interrogative, direct question. Okay, but look at how he treats his employees. Okay, how he treats his employees. Maybe that how could be here used as an adverb. Okay, not as a relative pronoun, but some people might take it as a describing the treatment. So they say, or related to the treatment, so they say, okay, it's a relative, but I will take the, okay, yes. So you have to think, guys, about, let's say, words like why and how. I think these are the ones, okay? and what sometimes, when we use them as relative and when we use them as interrogative. Direct questions, they clear, we know that what they are. But when we use them as relatives, they might get confused with adverbs, okay? Or things like that. Or adjectives, okay? We know an adverb is description of the verb, right? Yeah, okay. Here's an example of interrogative for what, okay? So what do you want? That's a direct question interrogative. Now, as a relative, take what you want. Okay, you're talking about what you take, take what you want. Okay, or take whatever you want. Okay, you can replace what sometimes with that. Okay, take anything, okay, that you want. Sometimes you can use that instead of what, but not like direct here, like you can swap that with what, okay? But in some cases, we replace what with that. There's some special sentences, okay? How can be adjective, a noun, a conjunction, or an adverb? How very interesting, okay? And how wonderful it was to receive your invitation. But as I said, having how as a relative pronoun is a little bit not clear, but like confusing. Some people say it could be an adverb, not describing a verb, not relating to a noun, because a relative pronoun relates to nouns, guys. It doesn't describe a verb. So just be careful. Read the sentence, okay? So if it is relating to a noun, how or why or what, it is a relative pronoun. If it is relating to a verb, okay, it is going to be an adverb. It's not going to be, okay. So adverb describes a verb. It doesn't describe, okay. Adjective describes a noun, but adverb describes the verb. So don't get confused in the sentence. All right. I hope that makes it clear. Providing you know the foundation, the difference between a noun and a verb, and an adjective and an adverb, I think you will find that pronouns are very, very easy, okay, with all their kinds and their type. Here we have the pronouns again, like when we started in the beginning: possessive, my, mine, okay, subject, okay, I, me, okay. Indefinite, okay, anybody, somebody, nobody, neither, either, and each and whatever, okay. Demonstrative, like this and these and those, and okay, and that. Reflexive, myself, himself, herself, okay. Intensive, he drove the car, he, himself, okay. Intensive, double assurances to the reflexive. Relative pronouns and interrogative pronouns. Interrogative, direct questions, okay, you're asking when, what, where, why, and so on. And relative pronouns, no, you are talking about a noun in a sentence, so it's relative, it's not a direct question. These are the 8 types of pronouns, just to sum it all up. And I hope that you find that one clear, that video clear about pronouns, so you don't get confused. And as we said again, pronoun is used to replace a noun or to relate to it, as you've seen from all the different types we've seen in that video, okay? Well, that is it, girls and guys. I tried to make it as short as possible. The video lasted about 28 minutes, or about half an hour, but that's it, okay? I thank you.